Music Access. There's a K-pop song that was a big hit a long time ago that's called 헤어진 다음 날, the day after breaking up. And the reason it was such a big hit was because of the lyrics. For example, it went something like this: I didn't feel this way last morning, and I didn't feel anything. Everything was different when I woke up this morning. Just like these lyrics, the day after a breakup, your happy days in the past feel so unrealistic, and it's hard to accept the fact that you are no longer with the person that you loved so much. How is it for you today? It's not too hard for you to say goodbye to all the happiness you felt yesterday, Christmas Day, is it? It might be hard to accept the fact that it's time to stop the fun, and you might even be in denial, but don't be too hard on yourself to move on. Our past love and our past Christmas will soon fade away, and they'll be remembered as a wonderful memory in our hearts. So, let's wait a little bit, okay? The first song you heard today, Saturday, December 26th, 2015, was Give Your Heart a Break by Demi Lovato. Guys, it is the day after Christmas. How was your Christmas? Did you have a good one? Did you get the Christmas presents that you wanted? If you did, go ahead and send a message up on our message board about those presents, about stuff you received, and about how your days went. Of course, I love to hear about that. And we'll be talking about those probably throughout next week as well about our Christmas times. So send those up on our message board. Now, here's how you can listen and participate on Music Access. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website, www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess, and leave your messages there on our message board. And another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. And y'all have been sending in great song requests, so keep them coming by posting up a message on our message board under the title Request. Now we'll check out two songs before we come back to my text and message, starting with Jaded by Disclosure, followed with Hold My Hand by Jess Glynn. Reading your messages again and again, reading through the messages I sent again and again. The messages I wait for, the messages that make me laugh, the messages that are precious to me. My text message. Which messages were the ones that were the most memorable to you from the week gone by? The messages that you keep are the words from the person you want to keep close, and if you remember the messages that you sent, you probably spent a lot of time thinking about it before sending it. Our special Corner in Corner for Saturdays, My Text Message, is all about sharing the social media or text message that was the most memorable to you from the week gone by. It could have been a message that made you really happy or angry, or something that made you LOL, or a message that made you really frustrated. Let us know which message was the most memorable, and also share with us some of the messages that you keep saved in your mobile device and why. To write in for our corner, just write My Text on your message. Now let's go to our first text message, which comes from Shreya Talukta from Bangladesh, saying, Benji, happy Saturday, time to share some of my messages with you. Well, last week a guy sent me a message saying, hi, how are you? Where did you go for university? I didn't know who this person was, so I replied, hi, and I'm fine. And he asked me if I remembered him, and I said, no, I don't know you. Then he asked me again, where did you go for university? I didn't reply to him again, but he kept sending me messages. Benji, I don't forget people easily. Also, I'm still a college student, so there's no way to ask about my university. I think he was just trying to find out about my information, and I told Sandra about this, and she said she wanted me to beat him up, but I said no, it's okay, and if he disturbs me again, I am going to hit him. But yeah, I will just ignore his messages. But how are you going to find him if you don't know who he is? I mean, I'm just saying, you don't know this guy and he's sending you random messages on the internet. which means, I feel, the smart thing to do is just ignore messages outright. This goes for everybody in general. Just if you have someone who's messaging you and you don't know who this person is and you feel very, very uncomfortable about them messaging you, don't try too hard to keep in contact with them. Usually, for me personally, if I get a message from someone that I don't know, I just either read it and ignore it, or I don't even bother reading it at all, especially when it comes to information about myself. Because personal information, we live in an age where personal information is very, very important. So, Shrey, you did a good job. But next time, don't respond at all and don't try to make any contact whatsoever. And if it makes you feel uncomfortable, block or report the person. Don't try to hit him. Any kind of physical contact is a no-no. So, just some food for thought. And for anyone else who may be getting weird messages, make sure to just ignore those messages as they come along. Now we're going to check out 2 songs as we continue on. Okusama of Japan wants to hear Boyfriend by Justin Bieber, and Callie of France wants to hear Unconditionally by Katy Perry. We just heard the song Boyfriend by Justin Bieber, followed by Unconditionally by Katy Perry, and it's time for our next message for my text message. And our next one comes from Darcy Ann from the USA, saying, Dear Benji, happy Saturday. I don't know the most memorable message in a good way because I received a message from my unni, or my older friend, Jenny, who found out that one of our dear friends suffered a stroke. We know that she is in a nursing home trying to get better, and we know that her hearing suffered a major loss and she has difficulty walking. We mentioned this on our SNS so that our mutual friends with her could say some prayers if they wanted to. Some people decided to send her get well cards, and I will be putting mine in the mail as well. I hope she's able to get better and go home. That's very unfortunate. I think definitely, when you get when you get a message, no one really expects a message or a call, involving bad news. We usually contact someone with good news, or, under the assumption that, I have nothing to do, so, what are you doing? But then once in a while, we do get situations where, we get these moments of, someone's been hurt, someone's sick. And then, immediately your thoughts and prayers really go out to the person. And, at least she's on the road to recovery, luckily enough, And, although it is unfortunate about the hearing and all that stuff, I'm glad that she's able to get this good support from her surrounding friends and people and all the people around her. So with all your guys' love and support, hopefully she will be able to make a speedy recovery. And until she does, all our thoughts and prayers go out to her. Guys, the power of SNS, it is a powerful thing. You could use it and see if you can, rally something up. Yep. Alright, so we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Melody Pick of Thailand wants to hear Love Me Like You by Little Mix. And Jadinga of the USA wants to hear See You Again by Wiz Khalifa featuring Charlie Puth. We just heard the songs Love Me Like You by Little Mix, followed by See You Again by Wiz Khalifa featuring Charlie Puth. And I hope to see a lot more of your text messages for my text message next week as well. Tell me about the messages that made you laugh, smile, moved you to tears, or made you really sad or mad. It can be a message you received or a message you sent yourself. You can send in the message itself, or you can tell me a little bit about the situation and how you received the message, or why you sent it. Remember, it doesn't have to be a text message. It can be a message on social media as well. Just remember to write my text on your title before you post up your messages, and I'll introduce them the best I can during this time every week. And starting now until the end of our second hour, we're going to take a look at what y'all, the MA fam, have to say via my message. Remember, you guys are the stars here. If you guys don't send messages, we don't have a corner. So make sure to send your messages up to our message board. And our first message starting us off today is from Desiree from the USA, saying, My stepbrother is visiting for a couple of weeks, and it's probably going to be awful. He's a total jerk, and we had some falling outs when we were younger, and at one point my mom told me to just ignore him. As a result, I haven't said more than a few words to him since middle school. Anyways, I'll probably continue to ignore him. On a lighter note, I won a $500 gift card to a popular store. So I took my stepsister shopping, got myself some nice things, and got gifts for Christmas. It was really nice to share the experience with my stepsister since she's my best friend and shopping is totally her thing. That's great that you get along with the stepsister, but with the stepbrother, I mean, I feel like family's family. If you can get along with the sister, you can get along with the brother. I mean, for all you know, he may have some stuff. You can work it out. I'm sure you should be able to work it out. I mean, granted, I don't know the entire familial situation, so I can't really say, this is, I can't say anything in black and white, of course. But, I'm just saying that would be nice if eventually you'll get older. And then you'll definitely eventually talk to this person. I guarantee it. Because when you get older, none of that stuff matters anymore. It's just about, just chilling with people. And, for that shopping spree, congratulations. That's really, really nice. $500 is a lot of money. You could get a bunch of stuff for $500, I think, because, I don't know, the store that you got the gift card to, I've never really, gone there. But I assume you should be able to get a lot of stuff. So congratulations on being able to buy a lot of fun stuff. And hopefully, you can get good presents, and you got the good stuff for people for Christmas, and it was a good Christmas. Although I don't know if those are the kind of presents you want to open in front of family, but I don't know. I've never gifted that kind of stuff before. Okay, we're gonna check out 2 songs as we continue on. Aaron of the USA wants to hear Beautiful Solo by New East, and Natasha of Australia wants to hear B.A.B.Y by B.A.P. We just heard the songs Beautiful Solo by New East, followed by B.A.B.Y Baby by B.A.P, which I guess is a live song. That sounds pretty interesting. Anywho, it's time to continue on to our next message, and our next message comes from Tasmia Tassin from Bangladesh, saying, Hi Benji Oppa, this winter season is the perfect time to exercise, so exercise as much as you want to keep yourself warm. That is an excellent idea. Exercising does keep you warm, and exercising is a good way to stay warm and build muscles. But here's the problem. When it comes to exercising, of course, you need exercise to build muscles, you need exercise to stay in shape, and, just being healthy in general. I think the more muscle mass you have, I think it makes you a little bit less susceptible to being sick. That may or may not be true. I may just not be eating healthy. But that is the impression that I get because, Kamin, our member, never gets sick, and Hido rarely gets sick. And so, my recommendation for those of y'all in the winter, if you want to exercise, but of course, I don't go to a gym, I don't have time for that. Just do, home exercise workout sets. Go on the internet, check that stuff out. Make sure you're doing the exercise correctly. Remember, it's not about the number of repetitions, but about how efficiently you do the movement. And see if you can get a winter result on your winter exercise. It might be a good idea to check it out. I don't know. I should try it. All right, we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on. Ko of Singapore requested Give Love by Akdong Musician. And Amber of the USA wants to hear Reset by Tiger JK featuring Jinshil. And it's the end of our first hour. After a quick break, we'll continue on with our Saturday show, checking out messages and music, so make sure to stay tuned. We're going to check out the song Unita of Indonesia wants to hear, Yellow by Coldplay, and be right back. You're listening to Music Access with me, Benji of B.I.G, and our first song starting off the second hour of our show for Saturday, December 26th, the day after Christmas, was Red Cassette by Mama's Gun. Now here's how you can listen and participate on Music Access. You can download the Arirang Radio or TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone, and you can also send us messages through the app using the comment function. You can also listen to us by visiting our website www.arirangradio.com/musicaccess and leave your messages there on our message board. Another way you can tune in is through terrestrial DMB, but this is only available for our listeners living on Jeju Island. The frequencies are 88.7 for Jeju City, 88.1 for Seogwipo, and 101.9 for Daejeong. Now we'll check out 2 songs before we go to more messages, starting with the song Love Myself by Haley Steinfeld, followed with Bloodstream by Ed Sheeran. We just heard the songs Love Myself by Haley Steinfeld, followed by Bloodstream by Ed Sheeran. I'm Benji of B.I.G, the host of Music Access, and you're checking out our Saturday show. And our Saturday program, My Text and Message. Continuing on from the first hour, we're doing the message part of our corner, introducing your messages sent into us here at Music Access and checking out great music as well. Our first message, starting us off for our second hour, is from Jenga from the USA. I didn't start her, there's 2 J's in her name. Saying, it's been a while, but finals have been taking its toll, and I've only been getting 2 to 4 hours of sleep because of those tests, which is not fun. But it's finally over. Happy dance. I also finally saw this movie. Is this movie considered a brand? I know you can't say those. But in the movie series with Tom Cruise doing really, really, really impossible spy things. And the most recent one also had Jeremy Renner, a.k.a. the guy who shoots arrows in the movie about the guys who gets revenge or avenges people. And Alec Baldwin, I didn't know that. Spoiler alert, thank you. I didn't know this before, but one of the main characters' names is Benji. Duh! Spoiler alert, that had me giggling through the whole movie, especially since he's an adorable dork, just like you. Have you seen the movie yet? Well, based on the way I said spoiler alert, just about, 3 times during that, you might have guessed that I did not see the movie yet. I saw, I think, the 3rd one in the series where they go to Russia and the Kremlin and all that stuff. And, I was watching that with my college roommate at the time. And neither of us had seen the previous 2 movies because I think there's 4 out now. And it was funny because we were just watching it without anything, and all of a sudden they hear, like, Benji. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's my name. And then my roommate's like, yo, that's your name. And we're just like talking, and someone in the front of there is like, yo, shut up. And they're like, yeah. But yeah, I mean, apparently that's a very, very fun movie series. If you don't know which movie series I'm talking about, it's the one where Tom Cruise does some very impossible missions. And it's a very, very fun movie series. I haven't seen it yet, but there's a lot of movies that I have yet to see. Although I did get a chance to see a movie about a little under a week ago with my lovely beginning fans. And it was a movie where I cried. It's a very emotional movie. It's got Choi Min-sik Choi. It's about, a tiger and all that stuff. If you guys get a chance, watch it. It's a very emotional movie. It's a very, very good movie. And now we're going to check out 2 songs as we continue on. Shreya of Bangladesh wants to hear She Got the Something by DBSK. And we'll follow it with 노래가 들었어, My Singing Got Better by Ailey. We just heard the song Something by 동방신기 or TVXQ, followed with 노래가 들었어, My Singing Got Better by Ailey. And it's time to continue on with our next message, which comes from Vanessa from Canada, saying, hey Benji, it's been a while since I've written in, but, I'm enjoying my Christmas break and having a great time. Now, of course, that I'm able to listen in every night again, that's just amazing. Have an awesome weekend. That's pretty cool. I think really, the Christmas break, I haven't had a Christmas break in a long time because, they don't really have that over here. For those of you who don't know, I was actually really, really surprised when I found this out. But in Korea, the school system it starts at, I think, February or something, or late January, mid-February, something like that. Anyways, it starts in the beginning of the year and then goes all the way until December. Wait, what am I saying? Let me try this again. It goes from like March or something until the end of the year. Then you get a whole 2 months off for January, February, if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally wrong about this. But in the States, we have school from around September-ish all the way until about the end of May, early June. And so it really threw me off when, I'm on break and I come to Korea and everyone's still going to school. And then, when I was a trainee and all that stuff, and then my cousins are taking a break and I'm just practicing. And then I realized, there are no real kind of vacations when you're a trainee. It's something you kind of miss when you become a trainee because it's not like school anymore. Now, to a certain extent, becoming a trainee is, getting a job. It's like an internship, an extended internship that just keeps going on and going on until you debut, which is essentially like getting a job. And then now, ever since you get there, it's a lot more of a job experience. A lot of life experience can be had from being an idol. So, hopefully you are enjoying your break. And to everyone enjoying their break, definitely have a good time. If you have anything interesting happening to you, any interesting, food that you cook, anything like that, go ahead and let me know on our message board. I'm always waiting for messages, especially if you post up a picture. I love looking at pictures as well. So send it in either way. And hopefully, Vanessa, you have and continue to enjoy that Christmas break. Although Christmas is over, so now it's more like a New Year's break. Get ready to pop bottles of apple cider if you're underage. And if you're overage, drink apple cider because it's a good drink. It's sparkling apple cider. You can still pop the cork. Or no, it's a top that you do with like a bottle. But anyway, you know what to do. Now we're going to check out 2 more songs as we continue on with our program. Kinine of Thailand wants to hear 20 by 17. And we'll follow it with Tanbalmori Short Hair by AOA. We just heard the song 20 by 17, followed by Tambalmori by AOA. I was really interesting. I was watching, 17 did a program, a reality program before their debut about, their whole making process. And I remember watching one of the scenes from that program where I think the head of the company or someone, anyway, they called them all in. They're like, try making your own song. And so they made their own song, did their own choreography, and I'm like, yo, this group is pretty dope, they do their own stuff, they're making all their own stuff. And then all their music now, too, of course, they're helped a little bit with Kebomju. He's an amazing artist. If you don't know his music, go check it out, Kebomju. You might know him from, he did a song with P.O. actually, The Good Life or something like that, or Give It To Me or something, Give It To You, yeah. Anywho, but yeah, 17, it's a really, really awesome group, and of course, AOA and girl group, what's more to be said. Alright, so we're going to continue on to our next message. We've got Mylene from the USA saying, hey Benji, so I took a look back at my memories for 2015, and I thought about what were the most memorable to me for the year. I'm glad that I was a part of this concert with Epic High. It was their first Korean hip-hop concert ever to perform in Hawaii, and the performance was so fun and exciting. They knew how to get the crowd going, and seeing their expressions when they came out on stage was the cutest thing ever. Thanks to them for an exciting time and forever being a great memory for me. I really wish I could have gotten them a gift. And she attached a picture of, it's a picture she took with Epic High where she put heart stickers on her friends to hide their faces. And you got pictures of Tablo, you've got Mithra Jin, and you've got DJ Two Cuts, who's always wearing sunglasses. I don't know why he's always wearing sunglasses, but he's always wearing sunglasses. But yeah, that sounds like a really, really, really awesome time. I think one of the best parts about going to a concert like this, or one of the best parts about going to a concert, a K-hip-hop concert with Epic High, is the fact that Tablo will definitely communicate with y'all. Mithra Jin also, I'm sure, in order to write rap and, listening to hip-hop, he speaks a little bit of English. But Tablo, of course, he's got the full English game down on lock. So, when it comes to just leading the concert with speeches, putting everything through, he's definitely going to get you going. And especially, I think, Epic High wasn't always this overground artist. They've been performing for such a long time. They're veterans on stage. And I think that definitely adds to their performance and how to get an audience excited. They know what an audience wants to see. And, someone once said there's 3 different kinds of artists. There's the kind of artist where he is the only one excited and the audience is not excited. There's the kind of artist where the artist and the audience are both at a high level of excitement. And there's the third kind of artist, which is the most special, where even if he is not excited and the energy is not high, he can get the audience energy high. And, of course, I think number 2, the middle type, is a lot of what is fun. Of course, we love watching our artists have fun on stage as well. But, of course, I've never gotten a chance to see Epic High live. But, of course, I've mentioned that my roommate does love Epic High. And I'm sure it was super, super exciting. Especially, of course, Born Hater. When that boom, 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 chicka boom, when that comes out, people must go nuts. But I'm glad you had a good time, Mylene. And if you have any other awesome memories from the year, go ahead and share with me on our message board. Now we're going to check out two songs as we continue on, starting with 중독 Overdose by EXO and Mylene, You Wanted to Hear Darling by Girls' Day. We just heard the song 중독 Overdose by EXO, followed with Darling by Girls' Day. And it's time for our next message, which comes from IU from Singapore, saying, it is almost the end of the year, so let's go for an end of the year dinner. What do you want to eat? So, of course, Christmas dinner has passed, but when it comes to the end of the year dinner, I think there's a lot more about luxury than anything else. You know, it's not so much about, oh, what are we going to eat, what are we going to do, but, fizzy drinks, all this delectable. You don't really eat at an end of the year party. You just kind of have a good time, of course, so, for example, apple cider. You can have spiced apple cider. You can have apple pie. You could have a turkey pie. You could have a chocolate pie. I think I just want to eat a pie. So I guess we'll do a pie party. Oh, but you actually should do pie parties on March 14th because, 3.14, March 14th. But in all realistics, I think if I'm going to have one New Year's treat for myself, it's definitely going to be a bubbly, fizzy drink. Whether that is champagne, whether that is Coca, or whether that is a soda. Oops, almost spilled a little something there. Anything will be awesome as long as I drink it with good company. And hopefully y'all have great company as well. Now we're going to check out two songs and continue on our show. Glad You Came by The Wanted, followed with Make You Feel My Love by Adele. Man, I think Adele's voice really just closes off the song perfectly. Alright, so it is time to wrap up our show. Remember, if you wanted to write in for our Saturday show but didn't get a chance to, my text and message to write in for the part about messaging and all that great jazz. Write my text on your title before you post up your message. And for all those other stuff, go ahead and write my message on your title and we'll read those on our weekend show as well. So the last song we're going to listen to for today is High and Dry by Radiohead. This was Benji of B.I.G. And as always, I'll be back.